Fuck it, I'm coming. Somebody got to die. Either this guy, either way, somebody mama throwing a fish fry. Bigger the beef, bigger the clip size. Home Depot trips, duct tapes.
It's a bunch of black bitches. It's a bunch of black bitches. It's a bunch of black bitches. Weaves. Black women ain't shit. Weaves. White women do it too. White women wear weave too. It's a bunch of black bitches. All this is gone. The edge is gone, yo.
Fuck it, I'm coming.
Black women are disgusting. Yes, bitch.
Somebody got to die. Either this guy, either way, somebody mama throwing a fish fry. Bigger the beef, bigger the clip size. Home Depot trips, duct tapes, zip ties.
Are you a good man?
I don't think so, because I don't know what it's, I'm still trying to figure out what it is like to be a man, what it is to actually be a man. My confidence can be easily shaken. I think I act too emotional because I'm more like a female than a male. 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 I'm more like a female than a male when it comes to, you know, I will get an emotional response instead of a logical response a lot of times. I have been known to be a liar a lot, because I'm more like a female than a male when it comes to, you know, I will get an emotional response instead of a logical response a lot of times. I have been known to be a liar a lot.
So you became like your mother?
I honestly did. I wake up, I have a saying, and I'm going to try to say it the clean way on the show. I say I used to wake up every morning. I had to get to a point where I had to wake up every morning, brush my teeth, wash my face, and stomp the female out of me. Like every day, I would have to be conscious of not being her.
Do you know how you became like your mother, or why?
They paid that money with tax money that you didn't contribute, whore. And when you want to know if they would find out, why don't you niggas police your own damn neighborhood? So why don't some of you guys go to the cops with some leads? Or why don't you guys clean up your own damn neighborhood? Is that possible? But again, just like every story I do, what is the consistent? A bunch of damn bitches and no men. You don't notice it? Y'all think I make this up? You've been watching me do YouTube now since 2012. You've been listening to my radio show now since 2009. I can't make this up. I can't be that damn good that every time we do a story.
Digestive system, Dunkin' Donuts and Dinkin'. Ask me what I'm thinking. Goddamn, Sway, fuck that shit. I'm coming back and I'm hitting nothing but lyrics. Got everything, thoughts in my brain. Ask me what I'm doing. Maintain. Ooh, the beat from a what? Motherfucker, man, fuck your butt. It's a butt shot. And I do what I want. I come back. People say I get what I want, cause I do, and I did. Matter of fact, I lived, and I'ma live. I said I lived, not living, but I lived. Got a snake with no skin, he look is. These is bars, man. Get a shape up on your neck, go up higher. Matter of fact, your desire.
Remember, white cops are bad. That's why I tell white folks, let them kill each other. Put a fence around these neighborhoods and let them murder each other and kill them, murder them, rob them, rape them, something. As your girl Hillary Clinton said, these black males are super predators. I don't give a shit that I'm a black male with. I don't trust niggas as far as I can toss them. G shit, right? And the main part about this was just, I look good in my nice car, and I just, the shoe game is real. The shoe, look at Chad. The shoe game is shit. Yes sir, it is.
Look at my taco meat. Look at my taco meat. Look at my taco meat. Look at.
But you have to understand, everybody, that the root of some of the anger that I have, everybody, and the root of some of my drug use, everybody, I suffer from premature hair loss, everybody. That's right, everybody. I have what's called a fucked up hairline, everybody. And this fucked up hairline and hair loss and my declining bald spot, everybody, this has hindered me through a lot of my endeavors throughout my life, everybody.
Look at my taco meat. Look at my taco meat. Bitch, look at my taco meat. Look at my taco meat.
My bald spot is falling, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
My bald spot is calling.
My hair's a million miles away. Yeah.
My bald spot is calling.
My hair's falling on my face. Yeah.
My bald spot is calling.
I hate you raggedy ass black bitches.
My bald spot is calling
for
you.
My hair is gone away.
My bald spot is calling.
And it has nothing to do with being poor, because as you see this Kool-Aid redhead wearing chick, she don't believe she poor, no matter how poor she is. Check her Instagram. Would she be poor if you look on her Instagram? Nope, she balling. She got long weave, all these stupid colors, tattoos all over the place. Black women are disgusting. Look at them, they look like niggas, they look dirty.
I met Mr. Trump when I was a candidate on The Apprentice in season 5. I had the utmost admiration for Mr. Trump, and even after I was fired, I continued to see him as a possible mentor and potential employer. In 2007, I was going to be in New York for a social obligation. I contacted Mr. Trump's office to see if he was available for lunch. I was informed that he could not have lunch, but that he would like to meet me with him in his office. When I arrived, he kissed me on the lips. I was surprised, but felt that perhaps it was just his form of greeting. We sat and spoke. He was extremely complimentary. He said that he was impressed with how I handled myself on The Apprentice. He said that he had never met anyone with my combination of being smart, attractive, and with the largest set of balls as I had. He said that he would love to have me work for him. Mr. Trump said he would be coming to Los Angeles soon, and he would contact me. I felt as though I was reaching for my brass ring. I was very excited. I felt as though my dream of working for Mr. Trump might come true. As I was about to leave, he again kissed me on the lips. This made me feel nervous and embarrassed. This is not what I wanted or expected. He asked me for my phone number, and I scrawled it down with a marker. I left hurriedly and called a friend who lived in New York because I was upset by the kiss. I also called my parents to let them know what had happened. I spoke at length with my loved ones, and we came to the conclusion that this was undoubtedly some form of greeting and that I should not take it as anything other than that. Mr. Trump called early in the morning of the day I returned home. He referred to me as his OC angel. He wanted to know who was with me at that hour. He scolded me about my penmanship because it was difficult for him to read my telephone number as I had written it for him. Even though he had called me, he concluded the call by asking me for my phone number. He then called again days later to let me know that he was coming to Los Angeles. He again called me after he had just landed in Los Angeles. He asked me to meet him that evening at the Beverly Hills Hotel and asked me where I would like to have dinner. When I arrived, the security guard greeted me at the hotel. He walked with me to greet Mr. Trump. I assumed we were going to a restaurant in the hotel. Instead, I was taken to a bungalow. The security guard opened the door, and I went in. I was standing in the entryway. To my left was a bedroom, and I saw Mr. Trump's clothes on the bed. I did not see him, but he greeted me with hello in a sing-song voice. It sounded like, hello. I thought the mistake had been made, and Mr. Trump thought he was speaking to someone he was more familiar with. I walked further into the living room, away from the bedroom, and sat down. I waited for about 15 minutes until Mr. Trump emerged. He had his suit on. I stood up, and he came to me and started kissing me open-mouthed as he was pulling me towards him. I walked away and I sat down in a chair. He was on a love seat across from me, and I made an attempt at conversation. He then asked me to sit next to him. I complied. He then grabbed my shoulder and began kissing me again very aggressively and placed his hand on my breast. I pulled back and walked to another part of the room. He then walked up, grabbed my hand, and walked me into the bedroom. I walked out. He then turned me around and said, "Let's lay down and watch some telly-telly." He put me in an embrace, and I tried to push him away. I pushed his chest to put space between us, and I said, "Come on, man, get real." He repeated my words back to me, "Get real," as he began thrusting his genitals. He tried to kiss me again with my hand still on his chest, and I said, "Dude, you're tripping right now," attempting to make it clear I was not interested. He said, What do you want?" And I said, "I came to have dinner." He said, "Okay, we'll have dinner." He paced around the room. He acted like he was a bit angry. He pointed out that someone had delivered a fruit basket. I felt that it was to show me how important he was. As we were waiting for dinner, I sat across the room for him as far away as possible. He started saying that he did not think I had ever known love or had ever been in love. I did not want to discuss my personal life with him. Then just before dinner arrived, he transformed into being all about business and began questioning me as though I was on a job interview. Dinner was delivered to the bungalow. When dinner arrived, he asked me to wait in a small room. I felt that he did not want the waiter to see me. After the table was set, he beckoned me to come out. We shared a club sandwich. The conversation then focused on the fact that I had a mortgage on my home, which I told him was in good standing. He spoke about how he was able to maneuver to get out of debt. He told me that I need to let my house go into default and tell the bank they would take it back. Tell the bank they could take it back. He advised that then the bank would then take anything to rid themselves of a problem loan. He told me to call the bank and tell them I was leaving the keys on a table, and for them to just pick them up. He said that would be a mini version of what he does. He urged me not to make another payment on my home loan. He then abruptly said he was tired and that he needed to go to bed, and ended the conversation. He told me to meet him in the morning at his golf course in Palos Verdes. I was very conflicted as to what had occurred. I wondered if the sexual behavior was some kind of test or whether or not I had passed. Obviously, he still wanted to talk to me about a job. Obviously, he still wanted to talk to me about a job, even though I had turned his sexual advances down. From the hotel, I drove straight to our family business to speak to my father, and he gave his advice. I decided to go to the golf course the next day. Mr. Trump introduced me to the general manager, and he gave me a tour. When I got back from the tour, Mr. Trump was not there. I never saw him again. Mr. Trump called a few days later to ask if I had called the bank as he had instructed. I told him that it was Christmas Eve and I had not done so as of yet. The general manager called me later that week and offered me a job at the golf course for half of what I had told Mr. Trump I was seeking in terms of salary. I called Mr. Trump and told him that I was upset and I felt that I was being penalized for not sleeping with him. Mr. Trump said that he was golfing and could not discuss it at that time. In a subsequent conversation about the job, Mr. Trump told me that I should never again use his private number and that if I wanted to reach him, I should contact him through his office. Even though Mr. Trump had sexually harassed me, I still wanted to get a job within the Trump organization. I felt that since I had made it clear to him that I was not interested in having a sexual relationship with him, that if he gave me a job, it would be based solely on merit, and we would be able to work together. When I contacted Mr. Trump, he asked me to send him a letter setting forth jobs within his organization that I felt I was well suited for, which I did. When I subsequently spoke with him, he gave me the runaround. He told me that he had not received the letter that I sent him, and then told me that he could not afford to hire me as he was laying off thousands of employees. I was disappointed, but harbored no ill will towards Mr. Trump whatsoever, and felt there was no point in any further attempts to get a job with Mr. Trump. During Mr. Trump's fight for the Republican nomination, I saw and heard Mr. Trump nonstop on television and in the news. Customers at my restaurant asked about him as they knew I was a contestant on The Apprentice. I always complimented and never said anything about what we had done at the Beverly Hills Hotel. However, this caused me a great deal of pain and anguish, and I felt the need to confront Mr. Trump and ask him to apologize for his behavior. I also thought he might have been embarrassed by his behavior, and this would provide him with the opportunity to clear the air. I had no idea about his behavior with other women at the time. Therefore, I contacted his secretary in April of 2016 and asked if I could reconnect with Mr. Trump. Forgive me. I did not tell her why I wanted his team would follow up with me. I then wrote his assistant an email on April 21st, 2016, asking her to send my email directly to Mr. Trump. In that email, I stated, your interest in me as a potential employee meant the world to me. Your interest in me as anything more blew my mind and I lost my footing. I further said I have been incredibly hurt by our previous interaction. I ended by stating, I hope to hear from you and wish you continued success. Mr. Trump did not reply. Mr. Trump, when I met you, I was so impressed with your talents that I wanted to be like you. I wanted a job within your organization. Instead, you treated me as if an object to be hit upon. I was incredibly embarrassed by your sexual advances and shared this information with a select few people close to me. Mr. Trump, today I feel that you were interested in me only because you wanted to have a sexual relationship with me and for no other reason. After hearing the released audio tapes and your denials during the debate, I felt I had to speak out about your behavior. You do not have the right to treat women as such. You do not have the right to treat women as sexual objects just because you are a star. Thank you.
But do white folks really see them as being any different? Bottom line, Zip Coon was a character concocted by whites for the amusement of whites. Now, if you brag about how white folks are the ones who mentored you, white folks are the ones who gave you your career start, helping you to become partnered and get on the air, and if your primary audience is white people, what does that say? I mean, you make it known that you are not pro-black, or you are not for black people, which is all that pro-black basically means. Thus, that basically says that you are just a character concocted by whites. You didn't just work under whites because you absolutely had no choice and you're just trying to provide for your family, but you're doing what you're doing and saying what you're saying because you feel that it's been white people who gave you that platform or gave you that career opportunity. So, I mean, does that not say that you are a character concocted by white people? You are doing what you're doing to please the people who you claim support you, the people who you claim are better people. All that you're doing is basically for the amusement or the pleasing of whites. And that's why blacks call you a coon. You're cooning, or you're basically putting on a show for white people, trying so hard to please white people, thinking that they see you as any different from the rest of us, who you see as niggas. A criminal does not steal or kill necessarily for white people. They commit crimes because, shit, they're a criminal. And last time I heard, criminals came in all shades. Of course, when you have people who are less educated and they're living in more impoverished conditions, you're going to find more crime within that group. And of course, it doesn't help if systematic racism plays a part and you have been brainwashed for centuries to believe that you are your own worst enemy. But a coon did not refer to a black who is a criminal or a black who you want to see as a bad citizen. And how are you going to call yourself criticizing the so-called niggas when you are guilty of the same violent and criminal behavior that you love calling out other black people on? How is this person qualified to even speak on such things? As if he's just improving society, etc., when he has failed society. And he claims to be not pro-black, and he's always speaking against the pro-blacks. Same with Jesse Lee Peterson. They see themselves as just American, or they're colorblind, or they're not with any team. Okay, well, if that's the case, then why are y'all always race baiting with your videos? Why does everything you talk about have to be so racially specific if you're just for people in general, if you're just for humanity? You know, it's understandable me talking on issues regarding black people, because I guess you can say that I am pro-black. I am for black people. So that would be expected. But if you're not pro-black, why are you even, if you're colorblind or if you're just for humanity, then why must all of your videos and commentaries and etc., why do they always have to deal with race, particularly the black race, who obviously you don't really have any concern for, you don't want to align yourself with? So why should you care? You know, I could be with Jesse Lee Peterson if he truly were just about the family in general. Because I kind of lean towards that conservative tip, you know, as a Bible believer, although I never put myself in some category tag, or I don't put any tag upon myself that whites align themselves with. But if they are just about building the family in general or building a better society in America, then why can't they focus on this without always focusing on race? Why must Jesse Lee Peterson give this warning to white America if he's not part of any racial team or league? Why is Tommy so biased in his news reports? And you're a damn lie if you say that he does not seek stories of only blacks doing negative shit. I mean, even if he slips in that token story or two, he somehow turns that back around on black people, particularly black women. So if you're not pro-black, then why do you feel the need to make these videos calling blacks out, claiming that you're just trying to reach black people if you're not pro-black? And you no longer live around the so-called niggas, and you now have the option to no longer be with black women.
Look, tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel. I would ask you what's the deal, but you don't even got a deal. Most niggas with a deal couldn't make a greatest hits. Y'all a whole lot of things, but you still ain't this.
All applied to the mother walking down, committed, play better cake, wood, sucking their dick, playing on them fields, telling their better cake, who's the ball? Tell me that bitch ain't gon' fall. Suck that dick, legs on the print, kiss my ass, I ain't gon' put it up
Hall of fame, like I'm sure. Whole city going crazy, top 5 number bed.
Suck that dick,
and the whole city rag me, and I'm back inside the matrix.
Say y'all rap or something.
Ain't squad with some
Hey,
this ain't no let alone no way shit. We done really put some days in.
Lord.
Excited, you know what I'm saying? What happened?
Hey, dude. Hey, get crunk at this part right here. When he say they gonna think I won a Grammy, okay? Hey, don't say nothing. They gonna think I won a Grammy. They gonna think I won a Grammy. They gonna think I won a Grammy. They gonna think I won a Grammy.
Stacking on the paper, tell me I'm a paper, tell me that a bitch don't wanna paper, sipping on that herb, sipping on that herb, tell me that a bitch don't wanna paper,
Digestive system, Dunkin' Donuts and Dinkin'. Ask me what I'm thinking. Goddamn, Sway, fuck that shit. I'm coming back and I'm hitting nothing but lyrics. Got everything, thoughts in my brain. Ask me what I'm doing. Maintain. Ooh, the beat from a what? Motherfucker, man, fuck your butt. It's a butt shot, and I do what I want. I come back. People say I get what I want, cause I do, and I did. Matter of fact, I lived, and I'ma live. I said I lived, not living, but I lived. Got a snake with no skin, he look is. These is bars, man. Get a shave up on your neck, go up higher. Matter of fact, your desire.
Was gonna leave it there, let shit slide, but niggas pushing my fuck it button. I gotta fuck up something. I'm thinking churches and hearses, ER trips, IV drips and nurses. Homicides for purchase. But I think I might work this. Cash that check myself though. Vest with the Velcro, clip from the wrist to the elbow. Draco small, but the drum can't fit in the belt though. Trench coat still can't tell though. It is what it is, but we ain't gonna dwell though. Shit hit the fan, cuz just don't tell though.
I respect what he's done.